All right. Now, why can't I hear myself? So many followers today.
I'm just here.
It's like a dance party up in here.
Oh my god. My computer's about to dance out the window. That's what's going to happen. I didn't want to turn up the intro music too loud because I didn't know if that was affected either. Anyways.
Welcome to the nest.
I'm glad you didn't turn it up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Sorry about that.
Welcome to the mess.
Reason my microphone is being really loud, and I almost made Emily go deaf and Barry. So
it's the little things.
You can turn the music down. There we go.
So yeah, fun start. How's everybody doing today? Happy Father's Day, all the dads out there, all that stuff, and
Happy Father's Day to all the single moms pulling double duty.
Yes. That's why we took Sin's mom out to breakfast this morning.
Oh, that's right. You guys went to Polynesian.
To Dakota Cafe.
Tonka toast. Tonka toast.
And I love how they still have the Spirit of Aloha signage up as they tear it to shreds.
I know. I had to take a picture of that. I was like,
rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Luau. I haven't been to since I was a little kid.
Yeah, it had been forever since I had been to that thing too. So I was
don't
like,
think I ever did it.
Yeah.
I was like a kid. I was like a little kid when I did it.
So anyways, hopefully my mic is okay for you guys in the chat. If I'm too loud, please let me know. I got things temporarily adjusted here until I can debug things and figure out what the heck happened here. So anyways, without further ado, what do we want to get into here first?
Escape?
Sounds like escape.
Yes.
Sure, yeah, let's talk escape rooms, shall we? Let me bring up our
Let's talk about every escape room we've ever done.
Yeah, let's talk about the pretty much the only big news this week out of the theme park. For some reason, I was telling Emily, it felt like it was a busier week with like news and announcements than it actually was. I think I was anticipating another HHN announcement, so that kind of
no.
Yeah. Well, everybody was like, "Oh, they're going to announce one at Spooky Empire," and I was like, "This isn't Hollywood."
No.
They don't announce things at conventions. So, but no, we got a really cool announcement. We finally got the official announcement after much speculation and rumors and permits. Yeah, that 2 escape rooms are coming to CityWalk at Universal. One themed to Back to the Future, and one themed to Jurassic World. And obviously, these will be replacing the former Groove nightclub at CityWalk.
What a loss!
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Service.
Well, somebody was talking about Groove and how big of a building it is, and I'm very curious to see if these 2 escape rooms are going to take up the entirety of the Groove. I don't know if you guys remember how big the inside of that building is. It's a pretty big.
Do I look like a nightclub person?
No, I've been in there.
Last time you were at the Groove.
It's pretty big. I mean, I gotta imagine they're gonna have more than one of each escape room.
I don't know if it's just me, but I keep hearing myself and it's echoing.
Yeah. Go back to the 3.
Hold on.
The 3 screen.
Is that better? I muted the screen share audio.
Hello?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
sorry, that was my fault. I was sharing the audio on this screen, so it was picking up pretty much everything I have open on Chrome.
It's just every time I started to talk, I was like, ugh.
We're going to get through this stream, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get through it.
But no, I mean, I imagine there's going to be more than one of each room. So, I mean, and like you said, that is a pretty big building. So it's gonna be I think it's interesting. I think picking Back to the Future and Jurassic World. That's. I mean, I don't know how you.
It's interesting that they went with. I mean, I get it. It's the bigger IP. It's the fresher IP. It's interesting that they went with Jurassic World and not Park.
Because they can put big babies in there.
Well, couldn't they do that with Jurassic Park?
No.
It was
more teeth.
Yeah, more teeth. And then no pricing details were announced, and
it's gonna be expensive.
I was gonna say it'll be the most expensive, one of the most expensive escape rooms ever.
Yeah, if you think about pricing, I mean, a lot of these there's tons of like these smaller, I wouldn't say hole in the wall because they're actually a lot of fun. Escape rooms throughout Orlando and Kissimmee. We actually, what was the one that we did with Jordan? It was down there in Kissimmee.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
The one with the clown. I remember the clown room.
It was like a carnival type.
It was
one,
like a
I
carnival
can't remember.
Themed. But
My
I looked
bad.
up. I looked
Did
up.
it have? Did it have the name Escape in the title?
Most likely.
Yeah, I just can't remember the exact name of it. But anyways, I looked up. You know, most of these kind of smaller escape rooms price range from anywhere between like $30, maybe $25, $30 up to $40.
Yeah, but that's per person, not per group.
I can see this being like 50 at least.
Yeah, I could see this being upwards of $50, maybe $60 a person. And it'll be very interesting to see if they do like some sort of a reservation or virtual queue. I would imagine it's going to be reservation based.
Oh,
100%. Yeah, definitely.
Because they're only going to be able to get so many people through these things in a day with, running them, and then everything in the escape rooms got to be reset. Yeah, exactly. They didn't announce too many details. I'm reading kind of the main description here. So all it says, it'll be a multi-sensory experience like no other. And that says Universal's Great Movie Escape Room will open later this year, and tickets will go on sale in the coming months ahead. And then also more details will be announced soon.
I hope for the Back to the Future one, if you don't win and you can't go back, to 1985, you just get struck by lightning and then you leave.
And then the Jurassic World one, you just get eaten by the Indominus Rex at the end if you don't win.
Unless you're smart enough to go, stop, like Chris Pratt does. Because apparently that works.
Yes.
The hand up to all dinosaurs.
Bad dog.
There was something that I was going to mention about him. I can't remember what it was, but gosh, I had a few talking points, but I can't remember. I'm so out of whack with this whole microphone thing. When I have a technical problem, my brain just like shuts down.
I mean, I think it's an interesting step to see what the future of CityWalk's going to be, because now you've gotten rid of the dance club, and I believe Red Coconut still hasn't reopened.
Yeah, it's still up there.
So
and Pat O'Brien's.
There's been talk of Red Coconut being turned into possibly an SNL comedy club.
I mean, but I think that's something that like it needs at this point. It needs something more than just, for me, for example, I don't really drink, I don't party, so there's really no, unless I'm going to the movie theater or getting something to eat at CityWalk, it's not really like anything for me to do.
Well, I think
like, comedy club be nice.
A lot of CityWalk's clientele was from conventions.
Yeah.
There's not as many conventions as there were before. So it's and the Groove really, I think the weekends was the only time it was really busy. And albeit alcohol sales do make a lot of money. But
CityWalk needs this sort of stuff. There's tons of restaurants at CityWalk. They need more of this kind of.
No, they need more entertainment.
Entertainment options. Yeah.
I mean, right now it's like like you said, Pat O'Brien's, and then going to the karaoke place. I mean, there's really not. I mean, I know like later in the evening, Bob Marley still has like a band and stuff like that. And I guess Margaritaville still has like a band.
Yeah.
But they need something. They definitely, our CityWalk needs some more updating. So I'm interested to see what their future plans are here, since it looks like they are slowly getting away from nightclubs.
Yeah.
So
nightclubs or Universal Studios Escape is coming full circle. So, all right, really quick, I have HHN 365. They're an HHN podcast, so be sure to check them out. I've listened to several of their episodes. They're a lot of fun. I try to keep up on all the HHN podcasts, and it's quite difficult because
they're good people. My friend Jess does it.
Yeah. I've listened to several episodes of them. They put out good stuff, so be sure to check them out. They were at unfortunately, we weren't able to make it out there due to work and schedules and everything.
It was announced at the last minute.
Yeah, the HHN panel was literally announced on Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah.
Tuesday.
And this happened on Friday. So I'm gonna mute all of us here so we don't get any feedback or anything. And just kind of show you, they have 2 clips. They didn't talk a whole lot about the Halloween house, but they gave some new details about the Legends Collide, the Monsters house. So give me 1 second here, and I'll cue these up, and we'll check these out really quick.
First walk in, and this is the dig site. I'm going to try to keep these real short.
Oh,
that's a mummy in the wall.
Say a little more.
I submitted like 20.
Can you guys hear that okay?
We got 5 approved to show.
This is some of the artwork that it goes through the house, and again, it's amazing how they'll take what kind of wood? I mean, that thin wood.
Luan.
And then they make it look like something different. It's crazy. Okay, that's awesome. This is a bloody scene. It's one of the diggers who got ripped apart by the Wolfman.
There we go.
Delicious. Oh, I know what happens in this scene, and I'm not going to tell you. But yeah, this is the type, and this is really cool too, because when you're doing Egyptian, a lot of times the aesthetic can just be that sandstone look. But that was something in this particular house that the color elevation people, they really took the time to make sure to give different values to each scene. Like if we dug in the dirt, it's a different look than all the the lumber that goes into this scene versus the found antechambers and things like that. So
I want to say that something that these photos aren't showing you, and they can't show you, because they're all close up. So.
Yes.
This house is epic in scale. It is.
Stop taking that stuff away.
I mean, it's very small. It's the scale of it is adventurous and epic.
Yeah, well, if you know, it's in our parade building.
It's where Beetlejuice was.
Yes. Remember that one? There you go, guys.
Yeah, I think we won't be disappointed. It's big, it's small, it's all over the place, but it is. I think it's probably one of the longest houses. Just from a linear footage, walking house. I think it's longer than any other house.
You walk in and go, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right, so there was that one. That was part 2, actually. Let me play part 1.
Cool, they let us create original content, an original story. So if you remember the last time we had the bride against the brides, that was awesome to be able to tell that story. This year, do you want me to talk about it now or show the film?
We'll show the clip and then we'll get
A condensed story is, because we love the stories, we know you guys like the stories too, is that Talbot, who is the Wolfman, has been searching and searching for years and years and years on how to get rid of this curse, because everybody he loves, he kills. It's a terrible curse. Every time the full moon comes out, he transforms. But he's at the end of his ropes. He searched all over the world, and he gets a letter from a mysterious benefactor who says, I know a way you can lift the curse. And so they've discovered an excavation site that has this amulet of Amun-Ra. And with the power of the sun, he could potentially control the power of the moon, overshadow it. So he goes down there to find this amulet. Once he's down there, of course, as always happens, it's at the last second. He's digging through the tents, trying to find where they've located this thing, and he transforms into the Wolfman. Now he's tearing through and killing everybody. But at the same time, deep within the pyramid itself, the high priest is summoning Karis, who, if you're familiar with the Universal Mummy movies, there was 5, I believe. And so this leads into Karis, which is in 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or is it 4 movies or 5? 4. So the last movie is Karis, that mummy. So he's rising up, all the mummies within the same to defend. So now we've got the Wolfman versus the mummy. And of course, we find out that the benefactor was really always Count Dracula.
Why does he want the amulet?
Because he can become a daywalker if he has the amulet. So we have the protector of the amulet. I'm like, oh! So now it's a battle royale between Mummy and Dracula.
So there we go. There's a few little tidbits. Let me unmute.
I just.
There we go.
Oh, it's echoing.
Oh, hold on. All right, go ahead.
Better. No, I'm just laughing because I hear like Jess talking under her breath the entire time, and I'm like, girl. Like, I get it. You're excited, ma'am.
Yeah. So that was from the HHN 365. Their TikTok is HHN 365 pod. So if you want to go check them out, check those clips out, you can head there and do that. So a few little tidbits of information were announced about the house, as you heard. It sounds like the Monsters Collide one is going to be a very long house. It sounds like it's going to be one of the longest houses they've done as far as walking distance. So,
well, oftentimes in the old parade building, they were not using anywhere close to that entire building.
sure.
You know,
No,
if you're lucky enough a few times last year to walk through the line past the Beetlejuice building, you might have seen one of the back
Like one of the doors open.
one of the
Garage doors.
garage doors open, and you would see that it was a huge chunk of that building that was not being used
Yeah.
for Beetlejuice. So the fact that seems like they're going to use almost the entire building.
Yeah.
We're never gonna leave.
Gives you an idea of how much space they can use in that building. Because majority of the time, almost all the houses in that building have never fully used all the space. I feel like I'm trying to think maybe back to the Walking Dead one that was in that building that used a lot of.
I don't even remember that house.
Oh, in 25.
Yeah, but I think a lot of that was they had that giant section of where you were walking through the prison.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. I remember now.
That was actually like 2 stories tall and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of the houses in that building don't even come close to using that entire space.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see them cram as much as they can into that building.
Yeah, and they haven't. They talked about the Halloween house, but I don't think they really gave too many details about the Halloween house.
They probably can't because of licensing.
Yeah, they're keeping pretty tight-lipped about it.
And I think the interesting thing that came out of HHN Nightmares speculation map is that it looks like there's going to be 5 soundstage houses.
Yeah,
it looks like the sprung tent is not coming back to MIB.
It's not even back there.
Yeah,
yeah.
You walk by, it's completely gone.
Well, we know from Bio Reconstruct's pictures from his helicopter tours that the tent's not there. That the MIB tent isn't up yet, and normally it would be up by now.
I know the last time I walked by there, like 2 weeks ago, when we went on MIB, yeah, it's gone.
Yeah,
it's been gone, and it's interesting though that they showed Nightmare Fuel being in the Fear Factor stage when we know
there's nothing in there either.
We know behind this, that all that stuff's been pulled out of there.
It's literally all gone.
So that'll be interesting to see. But I do find when was the last time we had 5 soundstage houses? It's been a while. So.
All right,
but
moving
with them,
on. No, go ahead, Barry.
But I say with them looking like being able to do Grinchmas again in the old Blue Man Theater, then that opens up a sound stage.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
all right. I will mention this right quick. Disneyland announced the return of their fall festivities with obviously Halloween at Disneyland.
Halloween.
Disneyland reminding us once again how much better Halloween is there compared to here.
Or just Disneyland reminding us how much better they are.
The Haunted Mansion will be getting its Haunted Mansion holiday with Nightmare Before Christmas. I want to see this in person. The Halloween Screams fireworks show. I've heard it's really good.
It looks fun.
I've heard nothing but good things about their Halloween fireworks show.
I mean, that Cars Land at Halloween.
Yeah, and then Mission Breakout, Mission Monsters After Dark will be coming back.
And then of course, obviously, and then their Day of the Dead celebration that they get.
Yeah, that's over at DCA. They do kind of stuff with Coco.
Yeah, it's
and then I have the Oogie
on
Boogie
top
Bash,
of all that. Yeah, there's Oogie Boogie Bash,
which is I've heard an amazing event. Obviously, it's a hard ticketed event. They have the Mickey's Trick or Treat, the frightfully fun parade, which I have to look up a video of that. I haven't seen the.
I like that one more than Boosie You.
I think the only thing that didn't get announced returning was World of Color Villainous. There wasn't any mention of that, which I find sort of surprising that if that ends up being cut out, because that was another thing that everyone raved about.
Yeah. And then tickets for Oogie Boogie Bash for pre-sale for Magic Key holders and members of D23 will go on sale June 28th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And then tickets to the general public go on sale June 30th. And then it says no earlier than 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So Halloween spooky time slowly coming. So
I'd rather go there than to ours.
I would rather, even though the price is around the same, I would rather go out there and go to Oogie Boogie Bash.
I want to go out there just for the spooky villains trail thing that they do.
Yeah. I mean,
the Redwood Trail or whatever it is.
It's not even like a trick or treat trail. Like you literally just walk down it and it has like the most immaculate spooky vibes that you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even include the zombie MCU characters in the Avengers campus too. So it's.
I wonder if they're gonna introduce some new ones this year with multiverse and everything, and because last year they just had Captain America, right?
They introduced Captain America, and then they introduced Agatha, and
yeah, I'm just talking like the zombie characters.
Yeah, I'd be interested if they add some more.
I would love to see Zombie Strange. That would be amazing.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. All right, that's all I have as far as like really important theme park stuff to talk about. Like I said, it was kind of a slow week again this week. But we all saw all sorts of movies and TV shows have been happening. So we can take some time. What do you guys want to talk about first here? Buzz Lightyear.
I mean,
Jurassic World.
Clint and I saw Lightyear. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I think the biggest story to come out of Lightyear is the fact that it is not doing well.
Yeah.
It actually, I guess, is coming in second to Jurassic World Dominion second weekend, which I don't know if that has ever happened with a Pixar film before.
I don't know if it.
Maybe The Last Dinosaur was the one.
No, not The Last Dinosaur.
I don't know. I don't know if.
The irony is it has done poorly, but it is still done halfway decently compared to other animated films released since COVID. But it definitely came in under expectations, and I guess now everybody's talking, is it due to the fact that Disney released the last 3 Pixar films, and really, like I really like you should count Onward too, because I feel like more people saw Onward on Disney Plus than saw it in the movie theaters.
Yeah, that's true.
So basically, the last 4 Pixar films have been on been on Disney Plus. On top of Emily and I were talking earlier, if it wasn't for Encanto's soundtrack, people would be talking about that bombed.
If it wasn't for TikTok.
Yeah, if it wasn't for TikTok, stuff taking off, Encanto made like $298 or $300 million worldwide. That is not a hit.
Yeah.
Lightyear, you came in below expectations, and I mean, it's just.
I saw a lot of people blaming it on the marketing too, like the marketing of the movie.
Yeah, because it's confusing as hell.
Well, I mean, I'll definitely admit once we got in, I mean, I like the film, but obviously once the movie got going, it's like, oh, this is different than what sort of like the trailer gave you an idea of what the movie was.
Yeah.
The story was definitely a little bit different.
Yeah.
Than what the trailer had in it. So I mean, I don't know. We've talked about marketing. We talked about with Doctor Strange how marketing has not, whatever team that has taken over since Chapek has come on, they have not been as good as they with the Marvel stuff. They reveal too much, and in this case, they didn't, I think, really gave people an idea what the story really was for this movie.
We were a couple weeks back when I was in my Top Gun spree. Connor and I saw it with.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're not in it still.
Yeah.
I'm tapering off because it's not in IMAX.
Let me point to the
anymore.
last few tweets from Clint over the last few days.
Exhibit A.
But we were seeing it with Dee Dee. And the trailer before Top Gun, the trailer for Thor came on, and Dee Dee was like, like he was like plugging his ears and covering his eyes. I was like, yeah.
It's funny. It's funny you say that, but I feel like with Thor: Love and Thunder, they've done a better job of like not
giving
an idea outside of
I feel like a lot has been in that trailer though already.
Outside of what we knew the story sort of was already, that who was going to be in the movie to begin with.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been some, I think people rightfully so can question whoever's in charge of Disney marketing, because they have not been doing that great of a job with the last few things, and revealing far too much.
Yeah.
Especially for MCU.
I liked Lightyear. It was really beautiful. It was a gorgeous movie. The just the visuals of the movie were great. Socks obviously was fantastic. And Chris handled Lightyear really well. I thought he did a great job with not just voicing him, but kind of carrying the character, if that makes sense.
No, he did. He gave him put his sort of his own spin on it, and and I really liked it, and shock surprise that I tell her, stay all the way through the credits.
There's like 3 end credit scenes.
Yeah, it's like an MCU movie.
Yeah,
stay till the very end.
We were there with Charlotte, and I was watching it with Cheryl, and like one end credit scene would end, and I was like, nope, hold on. There's another one.
We're not done.
And then another one would play, and I was like, hold on, don't leave yet.
But no, I recommend Lightyear. I enjoyed it, and we'll see how it legs out. But you've got Minions coming out July 1st, and whether you like them or love them, I'd be willing to bet it's going to do gangbusters.
Universal is advertising the daylights out of that movie.
Well, now you can go see a preview of it in the park.
Yeah.
Is that what the HHN kind of frame thing is with Minions? Yeah, they have. I figured it was like a preview.
Yeah, no, it's The minions are still popular. Their
They
popularity.
make so much money.
Yeah,
they
there's a
haven't
lot of
gone
people.
down in popularity.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, giving Universal a lot of flack about, the Minions, but they bring in the money. So,
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna go to.
No, and we had a discussion before with Orlando. Orlando has had the least amount of Minion stuff compared to most of the other Universal parks. So it's
yeah.
But
so
they're still hugely popular, and I expect Minions: The Rise of Gru to be the #1 movie that week and do very well. So
I'll be very curious to see how well it does. Because like we just said, we were talking about kind of Lightyear being kind of not doing so well.
Family movies have been the one thing, that have not fully come back, and I don't know if they will fully come back to the way they were before.
Yeah.
As far as the amount of money they make, just because of people know now, we wait 45 days.
Yeah.
And it'll be in Disney Plus, or even with Universal stuff, wait 45 days and it's going to be on Peacock.
Yeah.
Even with Sonic, I mean, Sonic 2 did well, but what was it?
It was up on Paramount Plus quick.
Yeah. So
I
people know.
I fired up Paramount Plus and I was like, Sonic 2's already on here. Holy crap.
People know now. It's like with the family films, you just got to wait a little bit, and it's going to be up on one of these streaming services that
I feel like that's any movie now, though.
Yeah, they've sort of like, Disney's definitely changed what originally with like the Marvel movies were supposed to be 90 days before they ended up on Disney Plus. That's gone out the window.
Yeah.
Pretty much almost everything now is 45 days. So
they're back out. Yeah. So doggies are going crazy.
But speaking of Disney Plus, episode 5 of Obi-Wan, we've got I still can't believe we got one episode left of this show. And I know, Clinton, you've been more mixed about it, I feel like, than Emily and I have been.
Yeah, I've just been so up and down with it. Like, we would get a good episode, and I get it, they have to do the quote-unquote filler episodes where things slow down a little bit, and I don't know. I've been so up and down with it as far as, like, my and not just the episodes in particular, just kind of when you mesh everything together, just how things are going in this show. I've just been so up and down about it. So I haven't been hating on it, like I don't hate on these sort of things. I've just been kind of with the last 4 episodes, I've just kind of had up and down feelings about episode. So anyways, I'm not going to get too much into it.
That's great. I'm a Star Wars shill, so it's amazing.
And episode 5 was freaking fantastic.
Just literally screaming at the end duel.
You mean Star Wars: The Force Unleashed?
Honestly.
Oh gosh, that episode was just, I don't care about script, I don't care about acting, I don't care about whatever. That episode was just stupid fun with Vader and everything. Just
no. I mean, 3 and 5 have definitely been the best, and just the most like tension I've ever felt in a Star Wars show, because it's just like, on the edge of your seat, just waiting for the next thing to drop, and just I'm going to be interested to see how this all wraps up in episode 6.
Isn't
I
episode
think Luke's
6
gonna die?
What was that about? Like, it was like an article about.
Somebody like retweeted it too, and they're like, "Yep, gonna bet my money on that one."
Yeah,
I think that's how it's gonna go. I just think Luke is gonna die, and nothing is ever gonna come off the rest of this franchise.
And they're just gonna erase.
This is their new multiverse.
So this is how they're gonna start over.
This is how
Leia supremacy.
They're gonna remake A New Hope, but Leia's gonna become a Jedi.
Leia supremacy. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We're just gonna completely forget about 7, 8, 9. Also,
Disney's woke, and
yeah.
So. No, I'm excited to see how this wraps up, and like it's been, the flashback. Oh, that was just so brilliant, and just just reminded you too just how well Obi-Wan knows Anakin and knows exactly just the way Anakin is. And even now, still as Darth Vader, he realizes, like, Obi-Wan is his blind spot, that
and I think Vivian is her first name. Vivian, the girl that plays little Leia.
Little Leia,
Yeah.
She's been fantastic. I've loved her.
It's been good.
She's been really great in the show. But yeah, no, her just Vader just absolutely owning Reva, that was fantastic. I loved it.
It's been amazing.
She tried so hard.
It was the flick of the hand for me. I just went, oh.
Yeah, it was good stuff. It was really good stuff. All right.
And then then Miss Marvel,
so good.
So good. I mean, I know we're only 2 episodes in, but like after maybe WandaVision, this is already my favorite MCU Disney Plus show. It's just been perfect so far, and Iman Vellani is one of the best casting they've ever done. She is Kamala Khan. It is like just so perfect. And then, Emily, I taught her, and just her backstory about the whole thing. The fact that, she was 10 years
Literal
old
angel
when, and discovered Miss Marvel and created a cosplay of her as Miss Marvel. And she's like a total Marvel nerd, Probably, there was even a story like they were shooting it while WandaVision was going on, and she'd be sitting there watching WandaVision in between takes, freaking out over what was going on. And just, it's been perfection. I mean, what do you think about the changing of her powers, Emily?
I mean, we were kind of talking about that before, because I mean, traditionally in the comics, it's just that she has the ability to like have it's mostly her hands that grow larger, like kind of like giant, huge fist things. But I like
understand her powers. Like, I've been trying to figure out what they were.
I mean, I guess like in this one, the only thing that bothers me is like all the power, like they were trying to say like all the powers were coming from the band, but when her friend did like the scan, he realized that the powers are coming from within her. So I like that a little bit more because it actually justified that.
Yeah.
But this is more, I don't even know how to like explain it. This is more like a phasing type thing. Like she can manipulate certain things in order to use it to her advantage, which I like more, because as we were speaking before, Barry and I, it's really hard to like make giant limbs or stretchy limbs look great.
Yeah, with CG.
They just have not been able to come up with a way to do it. And I mean, they're gonna, like, Emily and I they're gonna have a hard enough time figuring out how to do Mr. Fantastic in a Fantastic Four
movie. That's the thing. You can't really do a good Fantastic Four movie, but I digress.
Yeah, and then that'll be the question, whether they alter his powers a little bit, because it is. We've seen them try to do stretchy stuff in CGI, and it just, does not work well. It just doesn't look real.
You can tell it's CG, yeah.
You can tell it's CG, and I think, they've done a great job with her changing her powers, tying in, and once again, same thing with Shang-Chi, and obviously, coming out of the Eternals, alien technology. Where is this stuff from? Where's the 10 rings from? Where is her, her bracelet? Where is that from?
Yeah.
Is it tied into the Eternals? Is it tied, however, is it more tied into Kree? Somehow Kree technology getting to Earth.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see where this goes, where they're going with this. So I'm excited. I've loved this. I hope more people, I think maybe once Obi-Wan is done, more people will start catching up to this. Because there's been talk about, this, the least amount of watched in the beginning so far out of any of the MCU shows. It's like, what's the character people know the least about? I mean, Moon Knight at least had Oscar Isaac as the sort of like their getting people to watch it thing. But Miss Marvel has only been around for, was it 12 years, I think?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
hasn't been too long.
Yeah, and that's the
But
thing with
she's
Miss Marvel
become
is
hugely popular though. But
Miss
it's
Marvel
And
is
she is
another.
going to be in the second Captain Marvel movie too.
yeah,
So
so it's I think people as the word of mouth keeps spreading about how good this show is, I think more and more people are going to catch up to it.
Yeah.
And watch it. And like I said, I don't know about how many, but it's been, outside of WandaVision, it's been my favorite MCU show so far.
I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's definitely like very true to the comics, which I really enjoy because I know that Marvel takes a lot of liberties these days. So it's nice to know that, they're pretty, at least not storyline wise, but like the way that she is and the way that, especially like with the drawings and everything, how it's set up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and they really, there's been, if you look at some of the behind the scenes, they have been working on this for years, and have had the creator of Miss Marvel involved from the beginning, because they really wanted to nail this, and I think they have. They've just done an amazing job, and just perfect. This whole show so far is perfect casting, and just I can't wait to see how it all goes.
And not even that, just the show visually and creatively is such a breath of fresh air compared to previous Marvel shows. Like just the vibe of the show, just the artistic way the show is, and it's
The
been
use
such
of her doodles everywhere, and
yeah, like on the walls and stuff, and it's really cool. It's a really cool show just to watch visually, like the way they integrate her, like her little doodles and stuff, like you said.
or when she's been texting and it's like integrated in as they're moving along.
Yeah, like really cool stuff, like really creative stuff like that. Like I've been watching for all these little things, and that aspect of it is really cool too. So yeah, no, I've liked it. I have, Miss Marvel is a character that I didn't know much about, kind of like Moon Knight. But I'm sticking with it, and I'm giving it a shot. And so far, we've both Cheryl and I, we've really enjoyed it. It's like I said, that's the best way I can quickly summarize it. Is it's a breath of fresh air, and it's a really the type of show it is completely different from what we're used to in other Marvel shows. Just I can't think of like what kind of show it's like scripted as, almost like not really.
I mean, the closest feel to, and like not show wise, but I mean, the closest feel to this show has been to the Spider-Man movies, but that's because they're both teenagers. That's sort of one of the things is like having a Muslim American female teenage superhero, something that people don't often see, and it was this breath of fresh air when it debuted in the comics. And I am all, we've had this discussion God knows how many times on it. It's like I am all for seeing different stories. And that's why I love about this phase of the Marvel universe is we're seeing these different stories with these different characters. I mean, we're going to get She-Hulk next. In all my years, I never thought I would see a She-Hulk anything. I mean, we're talking about a superhero who's also an attorney. So it's I love all this stuff, and just bring it on. I'm all here, all for everything we're getting. And I mean, heck, and we're getting Thor: Love and Thunder, and I mean, we haven't even seen anything from Black Panther or Wakanda Forever, so it's like
I'll hold your breath about that one.
Yeah, we'll see if that still makes its release day. But no, I mean, it's an exciting time. And I some people, it's like, oh, they're going to run this into the ground. It's like there's so many stories.
Yeah,
I mean, we've barely even touched on everything Marvel's ever done.
Oh God, barely scratched the surface.
No, we barely scratched the surface. And like we've talked about, we're gonna build up to an Avengers level event again. It's just it's gonna take longer. But look how long it took to build to Infinity War Endgame, and I think they're more into now like the Avengers level movies. They're going to be not as I mean, I'm sure once we get the next one, then there'll be a string of Avengers films. But I'm glad that we're slowly building up to the big events again.
Yeah, and that's been the discussion. Is everybody's like, "Oh, when are we?" Like everybody wants. Well, not everybody, but you got.
I'll be right back. I just got to get my charger.
Okay. You have like the Avengers fans like, "Oh, I want an Avengers movie," and I'm like, "You gotta wait. We gotta build things back up, and we gotta get to that point again." Because
I mean, when we're getting every solo, there's no real solo films anymore. Everything's a team up. I mean, Thor: Love and Thunder is going to have Thor. It's going to have
the Guardians.
Guardians will be in some of it. Valkyrie's back, Korg, and of course, we're going to see Lady Thor.
Yeah.
We don't really know what Wakanda Forever is going to be, but the next the next Captain Marvel movie is going to be Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel and God, I'm going Monica Rambeau and so it's like Doctor Strange had multiple people in it. We're not outside of their debut. If they debut a character, any solo film is going to have multiple heroes in them now. So you can take a little bit. They're taking more time to build up to an Avengers level event, and we're probably going to get young Avengers too. So it's we're not just going to get full blown Avengers. We're probably going to get the young Avengers too.
So you just saw Jurassic World Dominion today, Barry. Really quick before we get on out of here, Emily has not seen it yet.
Locust.
She's
Spoiler
probably
alert.
seen the movie subconsciously, though.
I've heard enough about it.
You've heard enough about it. So really quick, we can give our impressions on Dominion, and then we can get on out of here.
It was better than Fallen Kingdom.
I think we both agree it's better than Fallen Kingdom, but that's putting. Like I texted you earlier, the bar is low at this point.
The bar is low. I feel, I know some people are crapping on the whole Locust thing, but I feel like it does sort of tie in a knot the whole thing that's sort of been going over throughout the Jurassic franchise of man should not screw around with nature. That genetic engineering, that stuff like that is going to eventually possibly lead to our own extinction.
I guess that's why they were going with that, but I just thought the whole Locust plot was just...
Yeah, I mean, I think the highlights for me, obviously, were the original 3 coming back. They definitely hit the nostalgia button with that. The set pieces were great.
Jeff Goldblum made the last third of that movie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and just the fact that even though they didn't do the whole, I was hoping for the whole, like, why the heck did you release these dinosaurs, you freaking idiots? But they still sort of, like, definitely knocked Pratt's character down a notch.
Pratt.
By just calling him out on the whole, like, oh, so you just you've trained a raptor, okay? It's
well, no, it's in the trailer, so it's not really a spoiler. He goes, you made a promise to a dinosaur.
Like, that one too.
He's basically calling Pratt like an idiot. Like,
I mean,
well, I mean, the whole blue thing to begin with is just one of the craziest things about the whole trilogy is just okay. So we're just gonna let this incredibly dangerous raptor just hang out in the woods.
But that's his raptor.
But and sort of like, I mean, they showed some dinosaurs out in the wild at the end, and it's like all the ones out in the wild at least seem to be the vegetarian ones. So it's like so we're just gonna let the dinosaurs roam.
We're good there.
I guess we're gonna put the predators away, but we're gonna and I did sort of like some of the whole black market dinosaur thing, because if that happened, how horrible human people are, that there would of course be black market dinosaurs. And
see, that stuff was great. I love that stuff, but then we'd go back to the Locust plot, and I'm just like,
yeah, I know. I mean, it was better than Fallen Kingdom. I didn't feel like it was as dumb as some of the things in Jurassic World. And just, I feel like, we're going to continue to have Jurassic films. Just please put someone in charge who can write a freaking script that's not stupid. It's just, I feel like creatively, there's a creative way to do the Jurassic films. There's someone out there who will figure it out, and I hope they will be the ones who do it, because I hope Colin Trevorrow is never allowed near Jurassic anything ever again, because I mean, it's just, like I said, it was an improvement over Fallen Kingdom. It hit the nostalgia button a bunch of times. And it was a fun movie, but is it a film I feel like I need to go see again? No. I can live without ever watching it.
I think no, and that's the same with me. It's going to be the same. Like, Jurassic World has kind of that replay value, even if that wasn't that great. If Jurassic World's on TV or something, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I don't have it on in the background.
Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, it was a one and done for me with those. Like, I would really have to either have somebody that never watched it or some other reason to sit through those two movies again.
I mean, at least unlike Fallen Kingdom, the movie didn't end, and I didn't in the middle of the theater go, that was the dumbest bleeping thing I've ever seen in my life. So.
And there were some really cool dinosaurs in Dominion too.
Is there like a Gigantosaurus?
Yes, there's.
He was lame. Like he was advertised as like the big predator of this movie, like the Indominus Rex, and he was like this big, slow moving, like he was so underwhelming. It was interesting.
And I will say there was definitely some wonky CGI, and there was some bad dinosaur CGI.
I noticed that too. Even Blue at the beginning. There were some scenes where he would come out of the woods and it was like snowing and stuff, and he
Blue
just
is a girl.
Sorry. I noticed some kind of weird CGI too. But no, the I forgot which one it is, but it's when the plane crashes and they're on that frozen lake, that one that's all covered in feathers.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a raptor, kind of.
Yeah.
That one was really.
This is just so funny for me to listen to. It
almost
like not seeing it. Just
it almost looks like what
the
people
one with the feathers.
You mean it almost looks like what paleontologists actually say a raptor actually looks like?
Well, the whole reason that they probably did that, they're like, well, crap, now like people are going to expect us to do this.
Well, there were different types of raptors in the movie, so it's
because the Atrociraptors were the ones that were in that
were
whole,
weaponized
underground like dinosaur wrestling fighting ring thing or whatever.
There's a dinosaur wrestling ring.
Yeah, they were fighting dinosaurs.
There's a whole black market dinosaur.
It's like a black market dinosaur thing. Yeah.
You'll see.
And that stuff, like I said, that stuff was pretty cool. If they stuck with that and went with the plot somewhere, this whole underground black market dinosaur thing,
wrestling ring.
Yeah, ding ding ding, round 1, fight.
And I liked how they changed the origin of the clone, that she wasn't really a clone. So it's like so it's like not as creepy as you all thought it was in Fallen Kingdom. Turns out it was a sweet story. But no, it was good. It was better than Fallen Kingdom, but it's nothing has still been as good as the first movie, and it's shock surprise, it's the one with the least amount of dinosaurs on screen. That was the best film. And that's been the other problem, I think, with all the other ones, is like, it's not as exciting when there's so many dinosaurs. You see so much dinosaurs that you sort of get numb to dinosaurs. And how many different times can they somehow escape getting eaten by a dinosaur? So
and kind of my final thought is, and I've told this to several people, with any of the Jurassic movies, what makes a good Jurassic movie to me is suspense. Not necessarily like dinosaur action, fast pace, dinosaurs chasing. I would say the last third of the movie, we got some really good suspenseful
Oh, yeah.
Moments like that. You see it in the trailer, the one with Claire crawling into that pond with that dinosaur like right up above her. Stuff like that. That's what makes a good Jurassic movie to me, is suspense. That moment, that feeling of what's going to happen. And I think if we got more of that throughout these last couple movies, I would have. Fallen Kingdom had a few good things with the Indoraptor.
No, I mean, Fallen Kingdom had some great suspense moments. It just, the script was so bad.
Yeah.
And the movie, it was so stupid that even those suspenseful moments just couldn't make up for just how dumb the movie was. Just,
yeah.
You know.
But we're done with this saga, so let's see where they go from here. I don't know how long we'll go without another Jurassic movie.
There will be more Jurassic films. That's not going.
Universal's not going to let this franchise just die off cold turkey.
Hopefully, it'll be higher quality next time.
Yeah. So, anyways, all right. I think we can wrap it up. Anything else we wanted to chat about before we get on out of here?
No.
I know I started thinking about this dinosaur wrestling ring.
See, now here's the whole reason, you know.
See, Emily, now you got a reason to go see it. Dinosaur wrestling, even though it's in the movie for like 2 seconds. So.
Oh wait!
I'm
don't
sorry.
Tell me that. Now I don't want to go.
It's literally like a panning clip, and they show this like black market, and you see like dinosaurs fighting in a ring, and then that's it.
I'll save my money.
You don't see like an actual like.
No, I
dinosaur.
thought like it was like Mortal Kombat.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You got my hopes. Yeah, you got my hopes up.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. Finish him. So, all right, yeah. I guess we can get on out of here because I'm anxious to figure out what the hell's going on with this whole computer of mine. So, I'm gonna dive into that. And what do we have coming up?
It seems like Halloween Horror Nights announcements.
Halloween,
nice.
maybe this
you
week.
You may finally go to Busch Gardens to check out their summer stuff.
Yeah, you need to go do that.
I emailed them and I was like, sorry, it just completely rained out the entire day. That Saturday was complete after the Nemo event. I kept looking at the radar for Tampa and the rain just didn't stop. So, Busch was nice enough to let me reschedule and come down there again. So I'll have to look into that and we can get down there and check all that out. So anyways, without further ado, Barry, let's get on out of here. Tell everybody where you can follow ThrillGeek.
We are at ThrillGeek on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook.com/ThrillGeek. Please like and follow our Facebook page. YouTube.com/ThrillGeek. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And of course, ThrillGeek.com for the latest in theme park and pop culture news. And you're watching ThrillGeek This Week.
And almost like he rehearses it.
And I'm at Culture and Thrills on Twitter and Instagram. And Emily is at Geek Notice on Twitter.
It do be a Geek Notice.
And YouTube.
Just somewhere.
Somewhere over the
Clint is not on Instagram.
There.
Nope, I literally turned my Instagram into the ThrillGeek Instagram. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, follow the ThrillGeek Instagram because that's what that one was started as. So anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. I apologize for the late delay. I'm going to dive into this and hopefully have this all fixed next week so things go a lot smoother. So anyways, have a good night. Be safe, and we will see you guys next week.
Unless we all die in like a dinosaur wrestling fighting pit.
Fight.
Bye.
Bye.